Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have a bit surprise for you. It was surprise for me and could be surprise for someone new. Today, believe me or not, I got a phone call from the Honda main dealer in Ireland, which is located nearest to me in Dublin. And they asked me if I still own a Africa Twin and if I experience any issue with the bike. I said no, but I start to be suspicious and I asked them what's going on. They told me there's worldwide recall for Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sport and Standard one. They just told me that I have to bring my bike as soon as possible to the workshop because my bike is affected with a problem and has to be fixed because it could lead to the crash. If you want to find out what's going on, stay tuned. So the issue is software related, the bike's ECU. It's not any mechanical part that will give you any troubles. When you have got wheelie control turned on, it can miscalculate traction control setting, resulting the bike may hesitate or even give you unexpected power delivery. Is that not something you want to experience while you're riding? It potentially elevates the risk of the crash of motorcycle. That means if your bike falls into this rear and production ranges, regardless of standard version or adventure sport, you're affected. My 2024 adventure sport is there, so I need to bring back to the main dealer as soon as possible for the update.
As you can see, I am on the way to Honda main dealer, which is located in Dublin, and gonna leave the bike, and this takes no more than 45 minutes to fix it. So it doesn't matter if you have adventure sport or the standard one, your bike could be affected. The manufacture years, they told me, are 2022, 2024 and 2025 Honda Africa Twins. So what is the real issue? As they told me, there is no mechanical problem with any components of the bike. The problem actually is in the software. Apparently the ECU were programmed with the wrong software or not suitable software for the bikes. So the problem is when the front wheel control settings are on, and that could cause to miscalculate wheelie control settings, and sometimes when you open the throttle there won't be any power, bike will hesitate, won't go. The other time they says it could be when you twist the throttle there will be overwhelming power coming from the engine. Both situations are extremely dangerous and could lead to potential crash. Also, they had few reports that the bike were stolen when you're coming, for example, to the traffic lights, slowing down, and bike boom, die. I don't know if that's the case with the DCT gearboxes. I'm talking about the stalling, but apparently that's another symptom of the bad programming of bad software. So they told me basically what they have to do. They have the new updated software from Honda. They have to connect the bike to the computer and just reflash the ECU with the new software. They said maximum 45 minutes. It probably could take less than half an hour if everything goes smooth. But like I said, I have 6,890 kilometers on the clock at the moment, and I didn't experience anything of that kind of symptoms. Maybe it's good, but definitely my bike is on the list for the recall. And like I said, this is the worldwide recall for the Honda Africa Twins. So they go number by number. The Honda just send them the VIN numbers, affected bikes. They track down where they've been sold and just call the customers or just send them letters. So if you didn't receive any letter or you own the Honda Africa Twin Standard or Adventure Sport from years 2022, 2024 or 2025, and you didn't receive anything from your dealer, I will strongly advise you contact the Honda dealer, bring the bike, just give them the VIN number, they will check it if your bike needs to be reflashed with the new software or you're just fine. The whole recall, the whole software update is absolutely free of charge, and like I said, it should take no longer than 30-40 minutes. So hopefully we will see the difference, if will be any different. Actually, I don't know, because I didn't experience anything like that. Bike never stalled down, like, you know, because it's automatic. I don't know if that could affect also automatic gearbox bikes or just only manual one. But the power problem, wheelie control problem, that's kind of serious problem, because that definitely could lead to the crash. Just imagine the situation: you try to overtake, open the throttle, and bike want to go. Or just like, you know, opposite, like, you know, situation, you open the power and just you got that kind of boost that will nearly, like, you know, throw you from the seat. I know that the Africa Twin is not that kind of power monster, but I don't know, it could be scary definitely in some situation. And actually, fair play to Honda that they admit there's a problem with their bikes. They just, like, you know, put down the list of the bikes affected, because they must knew which bike had the wrong software. So they just made the list, sent all over the world, and just asked the Honda dealers to fix the problem for them. And that's actually hands down, like, you know, fair play to Honda. Like, you know, they didn't want to hide it, the problem. They probably, like, you know, knew that there's going to be consequences, cost them money, and probably, like, you know, speculation from other brands that even, like, you know, bulletproof Honda has a problem. I tell you, there is no perfect bike, and there is no bike without the problems. Some of the bikes, they will have a bigger problems, some of them they will have a, like, you know, small problems, but every single bike, sooner or later, especially, like, you know, the new bikes, with the just, like, you know, being updated from model to model, like, you know, with some bigger changes to the previous generation, they could have, like, you know, problem in the fourth year. So when you look, for example, on the other, like, you know, big manufacturers, yes, probably, you know, I'm talking about a KTM. KTM for years didn't want to admit to the problem with the camshaft. Only the last year, or maybe 2 years ago, they start, like, you know, fixing the bikes as a goodwill. Before, I heard, I can, like, you know, literally read people screaming on the forums, like, you know, that the bikes were refused the warranty repairs, they be left on their own. So Honda actually, like, you know, didn't care about the consequences, about the talking about them bad names. They admit the problem with their bikes. They didn't want to hide it. They didn't want to brush under the carpet the problem and try to fix their bikes for all affected customers. So for those of you who just, like, you know, waiting for the new 2025 Africa Twin. You shouldn't be worried because most likely your dealer, before you give you the bike key, will update the bikes with the new software, so you don't have to come back anymore. You won't even know that the bike was refreshed with the new software. Just drive into the Honda showroom, and very soon I'm gonna drop this bike into the hands of the Honda technicians, and we will see what's gonna happen after. The bike is just outside the Dublin Honda main dealer. Very soon I'm gonna hand over the key, have a chat with them, and see you later. I will update you what happened then.
So bike just came out from the dealer service. The only thing which I didn't do before, I didn't check, actually I was so excited, so rushing get the bike to the dealer. I didn't check what previous software was the bike on. So please, if you own Africa Twin, especially Adventure Sport, please let me know in the comments what software version you are. So I just want to have a look. So system version, software version 3.7, and no software update at the moment. Please let me know in the comments on what software version are you. Okay, like I said, I was rushing, I was in a hurry just get the bike into the dealer, so I didn't check before. It starts, no lights, nothing. I just drove a few meters down the petrol station, didn't notice any different sound of engine, exhaust. So this says they didn't change any parts, didn't replace anything. All they done, just connect the computer, refresh the ECU with the new updated software. That's what I've been told. Took them around 40 minutes since they got the key and straight away got the bike inside the showroom. So hopefully now I'm safe to ride, because so far I was riding without knowledge that I'm in danger. Honda, I will shoot you. Joking. So like I said, simple, free and easy. The only thing, you have to bring the bike to the dealer for that fixed. So if you own Honda Adventure Sport or Standard from 2022, 2024 and 2025, contact your dealer immediately and ask if your bike required update. So that's it from me. I'm going to ride home and test it if I see any different. See you soon. Thanks for watching. If you like it, give a like, subscribe, and see you next one. Bye bye.